What's up, Marines? My name is Andrew Candela.
And I'm Otto Espino.
Welcome to the exchange.
All right, Drew, national markets. Everything's in the red.
No, yeah, everything's in the red. The Dow's down 1.86%. The S&P is down 1.90%. And the Nasdaq's down 1.55%. And the VIX is up close to 18%.
That's ridiculous.
So the market is going bananas. The market is going bananas. I mean, I think it's got something to do with, you know, the new COVID variant.
Yeah, we'll get into that later, but yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, even global markets are down. We have London and Hong Kong still taking hits. I mean, this is going to affect, you know, the world. This is not, you know, some sort of little local thing. This variant, I mean, we saw the Delta. That was pretty bad. But this one, you know, a lot of research is still lacking. You know, we don't know if it's more severe, if it, you know, transmits a little bit faster. But it's going to affect the markets either way. Everybody's going to overreact.
No, yeah, I think there was a sell-off on Friday.
Yeah.
And it was a big sell-off, and it got a lot of people scared, you know, wondering what's going to happen with this new strain. See if it's going to happen, if it's coming to America or not. I don't know if there's any cases in the United States, but I know there are a lot of cases, you know, throughout the world, and they're growing,
Africa.
Exponentially.
But yeah, I know South Africa has been going crazy. I mean, they've been reporting. I heard some flights got restricted. I mean, this. I feel like it won't necessarily affect the U.S., but I mean, if it does, you know, somehow seep in, it could have some pretty devastating effects.
It's definitely something, you know, I'm kind of scared about, especially, you know, how Belen has just, you know, we don't have to wear masks anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. This affects all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
I obviously don't want to wear masks anymore. I hate masks.
Yeah. But of course, the market's going to overreact way before anything actually occurs.
Right.
I don't know. This seems like a little minor correction. You know, we've been on a bull run for a really long time now. It could keep on going.
Yeah, or it can keep on going up or keep on going down, obviously.
Which, I mean, there could be a big correction coming soon concerning Jerome Powell and his decision to basically stop the sort of like market support. So basically, he said that since inflation has, you know, even a bigger risk of rising recently, he's going to wrap up the tapering of asset purchases more quickly. So it's going to end asset purchases before it lifts interest rates, which are near zero. And interest rates near zero, that's a pretty bad thing. Of course, they only dip when there's a big event going on. But of course, I mean, Jerome Powell has been talking this for a really long time, but now that it's inching closer and closer.
Yeah, it's finally happening.
Yeah, I mean, a correction, I don't know.
It's definitely scary. No, it's scary.
But it's necessary.
Right. It has to happen. But when interest rates are increasing, it's just scary for the market.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, whatever. If it's a correction, just buy more.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Peter Lynch always says, I don't know word for word what Peter Lynch says, but he says you lose more money when you prepare for a correction. Because if you prepare for a correction, let's say you sell those stocks might keep on going up.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we saw the pandemic.
Right.
I mean, it dipped horrifically, and then it shot right back
rebounded,
up.
Right.
Exactly, and we're still hitting new records to this day.
So I guess I wouldn't encourage to sell, even though, you know, we're due for a correction.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows when it's going to happen? I mean, nobody is perfect with their speculation, so just have to wait and see. It's going to happen one of these days, but yeah.
Yeah, no one knows exactly which day it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
And also, tell me about Twitter and the CEO. That was pretty big news.
Yeah, so the Twitter CEO, I think what's his name?
Jack Dorsey?
Jack Dorsey.
Yeah.
He stepped down. I mean, I think he was talking about it for a long time. Jack Dorsey, he was about stepping down.
Yeah, from CEO.
But he stepped down, and the stock still went up.
That's ridiculous.
Which is crazy. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Tesla, how Elon Musk, he sold, let's say, okay, so he sold Tesla stock.
Yeah.
And it still went up. It still went up for no reason. It's just I don't get it anymore, but it's just crazy times.
Yeah, and they also appointed the new CEO. He is the youngest CEO of any company in the S&P 500. His name is Parag Agrawal. And I don't know, people are saying they might cause more censorship on the app. I mean, there's a lot of controversy surrounding that. I know there's been a lot of talks about that. You know, Donald Trump, that whole situation. I don't personally have a view on that, but who knows? This could affect even politics apart from economics. So you just have to wait and see for that as well. And I mean, yeah, it's pretty big news. I mean, he's a CEO. He is the top-ranking executive in the entire company. Stepping down is no, small deal. And I mean, who knows? I really don't like. It could be, a great move. Maybe the CEO bring in some new energy, bring in some new, more aggressive, tactics.
It's like a new look. It's
exactly
like young guy, new look.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's Be optimistic.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is the EVs,
Really?
electric vehicles, and metaverse.
Okay.
I spoke about it in the last episode that metaverse is the future, and again, EVs are the future as well. But a lot of these metaverse stocks, a lot of these EV stocks are just flying up because of hype. It's all hype. You know, Facebook spoke about it, and they said that this is the future, blah, 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 and the stock flew up. It's the same thing about EV stocks, about electric vehicles. You have all these new EV stocks, Lucid, Rivian, and they're barely making any revenue, but the stock is still going up. What is it? Rivian is valued more than Ford.
That's ridiculous.
And they're barely making any money. So
barely making any cars in general.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But Lucid is another one, another EV.
Yeah.
Based on hype. But again, EVs and metaverse is all hype. But just be careful. Really.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't really care about the fundamentals. I mean, we saw GME. That company was doing really, really bad. Shot up. I mean, it might even be recovering right now. But nonetheless, I mean, some people were saying there was some value in that. Not too sure. But that's the thing. You know, it's a lot of hype. And then once, you know, a couple people go in, a couple more follow the lead. And next thing you know, the stock is being absolutely pumped.
Right.
Now, we'll have to see if there is a dump. But for right now, I mean, metaverse is the future. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, and talking of the future, a lot of earnings this week. Some ones to look out are on Wednesday, we have Snowflake, Five Below, as well as the Royal Bank of Canada. So, I mean, Canada, that's our neighbor.
Right. Royal Bank of Canada, I love that stock. It's such a solid stock that, I mean, I've had for a couple years now, and it's just been great.
I mean, it's always really important to look out in the financial industry and see how they're doing. I mean, we saw a couple weeks back, you know, a bunch of banks reporting earnings, and there was a lot of eyes watching that. I mean, it's a big deal. And also on Thursday, we have Ulta Beauty, Kirkland's, Zoomies, and Dollar General. So some of the retailers, pretty interesting. Like I said, I've said this multiple times. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Really important to look out for supply chain issues and that whole, you know, consumer base, seeing how the economy is still recovering from the pandemic.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see, you know, Zoomies, you know, a lot of people our age, a lot of millennials buy stuff from there. I don't know, with Black Friday, Christmas, that might be a stock to look at maybe. I haven't looked at Zoomie stock, but maybe. Yeah. But also Dollar General, just big news, you know, how it's not a dollar anymore. They changed it from $1 to $1.25.
So contradicting the name.
Right, exactly, because of inflation. I mean, which is what Jerome Powell is focusing on.
Yeah, $1.25 general. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think it's time to wrap up.
That's all, folks.
In the wise words of Warren Buffett, the first rule of trading is to never lose money, and the second rule of trading is to never forget rule number 1.
Thank you for watching The Exchange, and stay tuned for the next episode.